Hi! So I decided that maybe I'm going to start doing one video a week with some life updates because typing that much and editing, I usually edit for like an hour when I post something. So I'm just going to try to do like a quick 5-minute video, give you some life updates. I'm sure people back home are wondering, how are we doing? What's going on? How did the move go? And so I'm going to try to keep it to 5 minutes while my kids watch Super Y and give you a little insight into our life. So we've been living here for 1 week in Austin, Texas, and it was the one of the worst moves I could have imagined. Um, the only thing that would have been worse was had one or all of us been sick. So we found out on Wednesday that they weren't going to close on Thursday after we'd already asked 3 weeks prior, and an email kept going out, are we all good to close? Are we set to close? Never heard anything. We assumed we were set. We find out Wednesday that we're not closing until Friday, and Andrew's already in the car on the way here. And so that messed up everything. Like the truck and the movers and all of that got messed up to the point where we delivered our truck to my brother's house and had to find a semi-truck towing company to tow it 1 mile, and it cost us $1,000 for 1 mile. And then the other little surprise that wasn't a good surprise was when Andrew came on Thursday to do the walkthrough, I get a phone call, and it goes something like this. So the house is cleaner than I probably thought, and we've asked them to go ahead and clean out a couple things from the garage that they left, and we don't have a refrigerator, so... And it's like so Andrew and so much the way I need to hear bad news delivered. He just kind of sandwiched it in there between some like very non-news, you know. And so that's like $1,000 just right there. Like that we had no intention of spending. We had no clue that the house didn't come with a refrigerator. Contractually, we weren't the refrigerator wasn't in there, but nobody told us that. And I guess coming from Illinois, we thought if it's excluded, they just say it was excluded. And I guess that's not how it works here. So I'm going to try to move this up and get the glare off my glasses. It's going to make it worse. Okay. So anyway, my brother brings a fridge over. So it like worked out fine. We got our fridge yesterday. It's totally fine. But it was just like $1,000. We had several $1,000 surprises that weren't good surprises. So that stunk. But anyway, you know, everything was kind of messed up. The movers got here 2 hours before they called us to tell us they were here. Our truck wasn't here yet, so they left, didn't tell us they were leaving. They ended up, by Friday dinner time, everything was fine. They had come back, the truck got delivered, you know, the truck was picked up the next day. Like, it was all fine, but that 24 hours was terrible, and it just made me like never want to move again. And knowing us, we will totally move again because that's just how we are. But hopefully not for a while because I'm really done with moving. So anyway, that's the negatives that happened. But the positives are church was really good on Sunday. We really liked our new Vineyard Church that we're a part of, and it's a church plant, so that's exciting. Which, if you don't know what a church plant is, it's just a silly way of saying we started a new church, and it's still a little tiny church right now. And Ellery just went with the kids and had no problems and was like totally ready to say goodbye to me and bonded great. And that was like one of my big stresses of moving, was transitioning them into a new church and a new Sunday school. So that was great. And then what else happened this week? We went swimming with some new friends, so that was a lot of fun. And Ellery did great. The little girl is just a couple months older than Ellery, so they're like really well matched, and personalities are really well matched too. And I get to help out with worship on Sunday, which is really exciting and fun. And today we went and met her new teacher that she starts preschool next week, and she's really sweet. The school is so sweet, and I'm really glad that we got her in there because I think it's going to be a good fit. And when we walked in today, she turned to me and she goes, "Okay, Mom, I'll see you later, bye." And I was like, "Oh, this is just meet the teacher. I'm not going anywhere today, but I will on, next week when you start." So I think she's ready. I think she's excited. She loves to learn, and she's really excited about making new friends. She talked about that several times today, so that's really sweet. But yeah, I'm going to really try to focus on the positive. The heat is really getting me down, but our backyard space is incredible, and I'm really looking forward to cooler temperatures to be outside and let Ellery play on our playground. So I will check back in. I'm going to try to do this every week, just because people back home are probably curious what's going on. So we miss you. I had one big cry the other day of just about how rich our friendships were there, and I miss them, and I miss you, and I hope to get back to visit soon. But I hope you're doing well, and we will check back in next week. All right, have a good weekend.